So in this video, we're going to learn about box and whisker plots. Hopefully you learned this in middle school. So we're going to refresh. And more importantly is that you learn how to create a box and whisker plot. And hopefully you can recall that from middle school. But you can interpret the box and whisker plot. Alright, so let's take a look at what all entails in a box and whisker plot. A box and whisker plot separates data into 4 equal groups. That is super important to remember. It's 4 equal groups. That means just because this box right here is bigger than the other ones does not mean it contains more. It contains the same amount. There's 25% of the data in each section of the box and whisker plot. Meaning, if this one has 4 people, this one has 4 people in it, this one has 4 people of the data, and so does this. This was 8, then this would be 8, and 8, and 8, and so forth. Alright, so let's look at the data, or what it actually is. So on every box and whisker plot, you have the minimum, which is your lower part of the whisker, and you have the maximum. And then you have a quartiles, and down here below I have what a definition of a quartile is. A quartile is markers where the 4 sections of the data are. So when you split the data into 4 sections, wherever the split happens makes your quartile. Notice that the second quartile is also called the median because this is the middle. Alright. And to review what a median is the middle of the data set from when you order it from least to greatest. So if you have a set of numbers and you put them in order, you find the middle number, and that is your median. Alright, so let's take a look at what we have in this example. Get this out of here. 13 students were asked how many brothers and sisters that they have, and here are the responses below. I have 13 people or students here to help you represent what this should look like. So if I want to create a box and whisker plot, there are certain things that I need. First, I need the minimum. The minimum, in this case, is 0. Then I need the maximum. I look at all my numbers and find the maximum, which is 7. Alright. So then I know on my grid down here, I need to have it range from 0 to 7. So we have 0 here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Alright. So now I need to find my quartiles. So we have quartile 1 we need to find, quartile 2, and quartile 3. So looking at the data we have, I need to find first quartile 2, the middle. So you can, if you remember from elementary school, you count until you find the middle. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 numbers. So the middle number would be the 7th one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. There is your medium, which is your quartile 2. So then I know the middle of my box is at 2. Then I need to look at the lower portion of the data and find my median of the lower portion. So there's 6 number here, so my median of that is 1, and since it's in between 1 and 1, my lower quartile is at 1. So that's the lower part of my box. And then I find the median of the upper part. Well, I have 6 numbers here. The median is in between 3. So my third quartile is 3, which is located right here. This is 1, 2, 3. Alright, so then I just need to draw my whiskers. I put a dot at my minimum and draw my whisker. And I put a dot at my maximum. And there is my little messy box and whisker plot, but you get the idea of what it should look like. Alright, so the point I really want to get across is a lot of students think that in this section there is more. And if you would think that there's more data in here, you are completely wrong. If you remember here, we split the data into 4 equal groups. So if there's 4 people here, there's 4 people here, 4 people here, 4 people here. So notice I have all these little people, and I can put them in the section that they belong. So these 3 are below the first quartile. So these 3 students belong here. Sorry, I'm having issues dragging. Alright. Now these 3 are between the first quartile and the median, so they belong in this first box. Alright. And then you have your median, which is right on the line. And the next 3 are part of your third quartile, or your upper box. And lastly, these 3 students belong here. So notice each section has 3. This student in the middle is part of the median, so they do not have more. What does this mean that there's a bigger gap? Notice we're going from 3 to 7. The numbers in the section are from 3 to 7. So because there's a bigger whisker, it means the numbers are more spread out. Does not mean they have more. Alright, so let's look at this example of the price of a candy bar and the box of whisker that's created and see if you can interpret. So the first question is, how many candy bars are $4? Well, if you take a look at your box and whisker plot, your maximum is at 3.5. So if you would analyze this, this is your max, this is your min. Okay. So how many candy bars are 4? Well, the box does not reach that far, so that is 0. What is the median price of the candy bar? That is the middle of the box. So it is $1.50. So what does the wide span between 250 and 350, so this right here, compare to this shorter box here? And we just answered in that one, that just means they're more spread out. We should say the data is more spread out. Alright. Next one, half the candy bars are between 1 and what? Well, remember there is 25% of the data between each one. Well, that means 2.50. Alright. So then if one candy bar was selected, to erase some of this, if one candy bar was selected at $1, are more the candy bars higher or lower than this? We'll notice it's only 25% is here, so there is more. So it should be higher. Right. So that concludes the box and whisker plot. Again, the big point I want to make across is that the bigger section does not mean more data in it. It just means they're more spread out. And again, there's 25% of each data in each part. Remember to do your reflection so you get credit for watching this video.